We're here with Kostas Sasmatzoglou, the Secretary of External Relations for the European People's Party at the EPP convention in Warsaw, Poland. Mr. Secretary, these are difficult times for any political party.
Indeed.
And most of the concentration seems to be on the economic crisis. But what kind of vision does EPP offer in terms of foreign policy as well? Because that plays into any end game of long-range thinking.
Absolutely. In fact, in the manifesto that we're supposed to approve tomorrow, which is going to be actually our electoral platform for the European elections, we have focused also on foreign policy. It's one of the 5 main themes of our manifesto. The title of the theme is Uniting Europe on the World Stage. So we're convinced of the importance of pooling all of our resources on the European level and to be able to speak with one voice internationally. I think this will strengthen the voice of Europe, will offer added value to all our member states, and of course it will help us deal with many of the current global challenges, which includes also the financial crisis. The financial crisis has to be dealt with in close cooperation with the European Union as an entity, together with the United States and all big economic powers. So of course that's an important element, but also dealing with serious foreign policy issues like the Middle East, climate change and all that.
You mentioned the Middle East. That seems to be an intractable problem. The EU has a quartet, a special envoy, Tony Blair. U.S. has George Mitchell. They've been fighting since the dawn of man. Is there any resolution to that problem?
Unfortunately, and especially keeping in mind that there's been a new Israeli government formed, I think everybody's still in a wait-and-see, stage on this moment. I think that everybody wants to see how the new Israeli government is going to develop its new positions, and then I think everybody, will start becoming more engaged in the issue. And I hope also that the European Union will do so. I think the European Union can have added value in the process.
Well, the EU certainly has a role, but do you find any irony in the fact that the United States had a president who didn't listen, now does, and he comes into the stage at the same time Israel switches leadership and now is not listening?
Well, I mean, that's why timing in politics is very important, and let's hope that, all of the stars will align at some point and see, some serious dialogue, find some ways in which we can seriously deal with this issue and to be able to move forward and to create stability and prosperity in the region of the Middle East.
How do you walk the fine line between the former U.S. administration's hard line and the EU soft power? Is there a middle line between those two tactics?
I think so, and I think actually Europe has the opportunity to do that. I think if Europe manages to consolidate its position vis-a-vis foreign policy issues, if it manages to be taken seriously on the world stage and to have a strong voice, I think Europe can go into that middle path and to be able to use soft power when necessary, but also to have a strong voice and to be more forceful when decisions have to be taken.
What do you want the EPP to say about this? What are its recommendations?
So our recommendation is that we need a strong voice in the world. We need a strong European foreign policy. That's why we're also really hoping that later this year the Lisbon Treaty will be approved, because of course that will give us a new very important instrument, the foreign minister, or the high representative as it's called in the Lisbon Treaty, where because now we have a fragmentation of resources within the EU. We have Javier Solana, we have Ferrero-Waldner, we have the DG for External Relations, we have Europaid, we have all this dispersion of resources. Now, if the Lisbon Treaty passes and we have a new foreign minister, EU foreign minister, all of these resources will be under, his. He will have access to all this, and it will help him give us a stronger profile on the world stage.
So one voice, but maybe not necessarily a loud voice.
We hope to make it louder, and I think it's up to us, it's up to the Europeans, at least for us here in the EPP. We agree on this point. The fact that virtually half of the EU, which is here in the EPP, agrees to it, because right now we have 13 out of the 27 heads of state and government in the EU. Very soon we might even have the absolute majority. We might win the elections very soon in Bulgaria, in Hungary, and some other countries. So very soon we might even have the absolute majority, and I think this will also help to have, a stronger decision-making process on the EU level.
Well, the EPP has the strongest voice in terms of numbers. It hopes to have the loudest voice as well. I'm Andy DeBillis here at the EPP convention in Warsaw, Poland. Thank you very much.
Thank you.